I don't know about you, but I like comparison tests. I mean, who doesn't, right? Oh, you don't? Well, then that's weird because everybody else does. You probably just need to get out more and probably need a different diet, for the fiber. But anyways, we're going to be looking at two different earbuds today, specifically designed for you out there who work out a lot, need an active, secure, locked-in fit with some of the latest tech jammed in, and also offered at two different price points just for good measure. So this, my friends, is the Jabra Elite 4 and 7 Active. In this video, I want to find out if you're better off with the cheaper and newer 4 Active, or should you bump it up and go the extra $60 for the latter. So let's do it, and don't forget to subscribe and like if you like where this is going. After these messages. Let's start off with some specs, as we always do. The 4 Active retails at $120, while the 7 Active runs $180, and both come in 3 different colors. There's black, navy, and what you don't see here, but my personal favorite, mint. And for what you pay for, you get active noise cancellation with hear-through or pass-through mode, as some people call it, as well as mono mode, which means you can use one earbud at a time while the other is charging, or if you're sharing it with a friend. There is Bluetooth 5.2 on board with aptX and SBC with Google Fast Pair on the 4, whereas if you're an Apple user, you might prefer the 7 because this is the only one that also has AAC support if you need it. Battery life is pretty close between the two. The 4 Active gets about 7.2 hours, while the 7 Active punches in at 8.4 hours, very close to their factory times, and both were tested at 65% volume with active noise cancellation on. The weight per earbud for the 4 is a mere 5 grams, and the 7 is not too far behind either at 5.4 grams. Now, the major technical areas where the 7 Active seemingly has a leg up over the 4 and also justifies seemingly the $60 extra is, say, like Qi charging. This one has it, this one doesn't. Multi-point Bluetooth connection between two devices, which in fact was just added in a January firmware update. Plus, also the inclusion of the Shake Grip liquid silicone rubber coating all around the earbuds to make it grippier. The overall design of the 4 Active seems to combine some of the best elements from the Jabra product line, like the case. It reminds me of the 85T, which is a great thing, and the earbuds is thankfully smaller too and seems to copy the teardrop shape of the 7 Pro and the 7 Active, which is great. Build quality on both, spot on. Barely a creak when you squeeze them, really nice to the touch. The lids, when you open it and apply any kind of twisting motion like this, there's barely any kind of play. I would say maybe the cheaper model has less resistance to scratches and fingerprints, but that could also be down to the colorway. So maybe in mint it might not show as well. But let's look at the case on the 4 Active. Here's the LED status light logo right there. No wireless charging, but there's 2 nice flat surfaces. You can put them on a table either way. USB-C charging port at the back, and the lid locks in place when you open it, just like on the 7 Active. That is great. So when you apply any kind of torque motion like this, it doesn't just flop closed. No shiny plastics on the inside, thank goodness, and really easy to clean with a Q-tip right there whenever it gets dirty. Charging pins are right here, and I'll tell you what, let's do the shake test here. The magnets are strong. Oh yeah, so double thumbs up for the strong lid as well as the magnets. The case on the 7 Active, as you can see, goes a different route. It's still pill-shaped, but a lot more flatter in the front profile. And yes, this is actually the front, and that is the USB-C charging port at the front. I've never seen this on any kind of earbud I've tested. Some of you may or may not like it. I find it personally kind of untidy. The LED status light is right on the top there. Qi charging contact surface at the bottom, and just like on the 4 Active, you can rest this on either side on a flat surface, and the case won't go wobbly on you. So everything else is just nice and clean. When you open the lid, and by the way, the lid is kind of harder to open, especially if your hands are sweaty or if you have gloves on. I wish they had carved a notch or something here because it's much harder than on the 4 Active. So once you get that open, it locks in place, and just like the earbuds, the internal side right here on the bottom side of the case is covered with that Shake Grip silicone rubber thing. It looks velour, but it's very grippy to the touch, and it attracts dirt like nobody's business, guys. It just stains like crazy. You have to clean it. You can probably see some in the light right there. But it looks decent. There's a battery hump right here. Once you take out the earbud, you can see that the cavity, just like on the 4 Active, is really wide, easy to clean with a Q-tip. And there's the charging contacts. And I tested these earlier, and the magnets on these two are nice and strong. Look at this. Oh yes, double thumbs up yet again. So for your reference, in my left hand I have the 4 active and in the right the 7 active. And in terms of design, both of these are like twins, yo. Look at it side by side. They're almost the same length or pretty much the same. The molding is identical, location of mics. It's not even funny. But the biggest discernible difference between the two is the 7 active has the shake grip silicone rubber material all around it to supposedly help with grip, especially in your ear, since it doesn't have, neither of these have ear fins or ear hooks or whatever. And also helps with just removing it from your ear when your hands are gloved or, you know, greasy or oily or whatever it is. And yeah, and it does add on the 7 active, it adds a significant gap that makes it look like it's not as well put together, but it's all an illusion. But look at, compared to the 4 active, it looks a lot tighter. But you know, I'm just bringing it up just for fun. In terms of grip though, on the 4 active, it's not bad either. They use this pretty grippy plastic on the top half right here. And also the shape of the triangle compared to the teardrop on the 7 active. This gives it a better purchase as well, so it kind of makes up for it. In terms of controls, both of them use membrane buttons that accept single, double, triple presses as well as hold, but the control scheme cannot be customized on the 4, but can be done so on the 7 in the app. The 4 active on paper has 2 mics per side, one right behind this grill and another one at the top, but I also noticed this little pinhole right there, and usually that's either another mic or could be also a venting port, so maybe Jabra can confirm this. On the 7 active we have 3 mics per side, one at the bottom here, another one at the top, and another one over on this side. And on the 7 active we also have wire detection right between the charging pins right there. You can see the window, but there is none on the 4. And in terms of power, what drives these things is 6mm drivers doing all the sound work, and they port sound to these identical sound ports that end in ear gel silicone ear tips. And these things are really on there tight, kind of like a really undersized condom or something, but once you have them removed and you want to put them back, they're really quick to reinsert and they're back on that way. And by the way, they're super comfortable. I can wear these for hours on end, no problem, and they provide really good passive seal as well. The Jabra Sound Plus app is what you connect your devices to, and the look and layout has been essentially the same for the past couple of years, so if you're a Jabra user, you'll feel right at home. It's clean and pretty simple to navigate for the most part, only getting a little bit quirky once you get deeper into the settings. So here are some of the highlights on the 4 actives side. At the home screen, we have the battery levels for the buds and case, and below that, you can toggle between active noise cancellation, hear through, which is adjustable for strength as well as off, and below that we have a 5-band equalizer, and below that we have a 6 EQ preset. And also on top of that, we have 10 additional presets that you can customize on your own. And I know this because I tested it all and I capped out at 10. And right at the top here on the top right, you can tap the gear icon to take you to more settings. And the first one here, you can check your firmware updates or update manually there. You can also change how the headset behaves during playback or during phone calls under headset settings. Now, personalize your headset. This is where you can run an active noise cancellation optimization test, where you can even optimize the left-right balance of the noise suppression experience. As for the 7 active, back at the home screen we have the addition of adjustable strength for active noise cancellation, and at the bottom here, soundscapes is where you can play white noise or comfort sounds, kind of like ASMR stuff for you to like go to sleep or something. The other main big difference back at the settings, you're given more configuration options under headset settings. Let's show you this, such as sleep mode timer or able to turn on and off wear detection if you want to. There are also more options under personalize your headset, such as wizards, as you can see here, to help you get the best fit or sound to your preference. My controls is where you can customize your controls, which the 4 doesn't have. Strangely, the only thing that you can configure on the left earbud, as you can see right here for media playback, is the single and triple press. There are no double or whole options available, unlike the right side, which is kind of weird. Alright guys, we're outside doing the Bluetooth range test and the sun is rising. It's a beautiful day out and I have the 7 actives. We're going to start with those first. And since it's Black History Month, we're going to be doing reggae today. I'm listening to Dennis Brown, Here I Come, and it's on Tidal. My phone is right there, the Pixel 6. And we're going to take it this way past the back of my house. Look at this mound of snow right there. Usually you can see right through my car. That's like half my height. Oh my goodness, gonna have to avoid it. And it's really slippery today too. So these 7 actives, just like the 4 actives, also have Bluetooth 5.2 and should last around 30 to 33 feet. So where I'm standing right now is about 26 feet away from the phone, still going strong. And because I have the Pixel 6, the Bluetooth signal has been stronger from the past. So I'm expecting it to cut out around, whoa, that's slippery. It cut out around like 40, 42 feet.
How you guys doing? There you go. It's right on cue, about 43 feet. We got some signal cutouts right there. I'm gonna keep walking until we get signal loss, a complete signal loss tone, just to see, just for fun. Man, it's slippery down here. Over there, that's just all ice right there. If I slide down and break my neck or die right into the traffic. It was nice knowing you guys. I just got a tone. It's around 55 feet, 56. Not bad at all. You can see the fit of these in my ears as well. The both of them have roughly the same profile, so I'm gonna try running in these. Very smooth, very steady. So if you're running, I don't see them popping out of your ear as easily as some other earbuds. Very, very steady, especially with the shake grip. So they kind of do their work. Let's switch over to the 4 actives and see how they perform as well. Alright, I've switched over to the 4 actives and I have the same song and the phone is still at the end of my deck playing. And we're going to walk around the side of the house here. And my guess is it's going to perform identically with the 7 actives. It's right around here. Yep, sure enough, there it is. Look how beautiful the sun is. It's awesome. I love filming at this time of day. And by the way, the temperature, if you're wondering if it might affect the Bluetooth range, right now it's around 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Not bad at all, and I don't think you'll affect the range that bad. I'm gonna keep walking until we get the full disconnect tone, and it's right here. It's pretty much the same with the 7s. And by the way, you can see the fit of these. I think they're a little bit smaller. At least maybe that's my opinion. But you can compare the shots side by side later. That these protrude a little bit less than maybe the 7s. And let me try running with this too. They stay put. There's a slight wiggle. You might have to adjust it once in a while if you're doing a lot of heavy running. It's like, whoa, geez, that was slippery. But yeah, it's comfortable in my ears. I don't feel any kind of discernible difference between the two. Alright, we're heading down to the road right now to get some sound samples for the microphone test. I still have the 4 actives on, and you can hear as cars pass by. The voice, Jabra has always been good with the telephony voice calls, and it really shines through right here. But something to note of, as we get more samples here, hopefully you can hear this, is noise suppression kind of leaks through. The background noises or sounds leaks through into the voice call. It's not overpowering, but you can hear it, especially when larger vehicles with snow tires or thicker threads come through. It's a higher shrill that comes from the background. It's kind of unusual for a big brand like Jabra, but it's no big deal. I love the quality of my voice, the intonation, the bass is all there. Anyways, let's switch over to the 7 actives and see how they perform, because these have 2 mics per side. I'm kind of curious if the extra mic makes a difference. I have the 7 actives in my ears right now, and can you hear a difference? It's maybe a little bit fuller, my voice, a little bit more bass. And as traffic passes by, I hope, you can probably hear that the noise suppressions are pretty much the same. So I don't see that much of a difference between noise suppression in the background, but my voice quality sounds quite a lot better. Thanks to the extra mic probably and the processing. One thing I do want to note too, both of these models go into pass-through mode. If you have active noise cancellation, before you get a phone call, it goes to pass-through. It's a nice feature to have when you can be more situationally aware of your surroundings. You can turn it off if you want to in the 7s, but it's fixed in the 4s. Here comes more traffic. How does that sound? Anyways, back to the studio.
Straight up, neither of these are going to win awards for sound quality or active noise cancellation quality, but both of these, they perform great. Noise cancellation is effective against low rumbles like engine sounds and such, while at the same time letting vocal frequencies in. In terms of pass-through mode, it's also kind of pitchy, if that's a word. Now, when it comes to sound quality though, Jabra has always been known for their consistent and technical sounding tune throughout their product line. So at regular listening volume, these buds have tight and composed bass, clean mids, and also controlled highs at the same time. Do you remember the song Just an Illusion by Imagination?
It's just an illusion.
Yeah, that one. So even with the lo-fi 80s digital keyboard and synths going all throughout the song, both of these buds handle it with composure and clarity, and also at the same time pushing just the right amount of bass to keep things balanced. Imaging is also centered, which is, about right for in-ear devices. Now, when you crank it up to like 85% or more, which, I personally don't recommend, it starts to get rather shrill. And I'll also say that bass heads probably need to look elsewhere. Yeah, it's good enough for exercise jams, but just don't expect the kind of power or thump that you feel down in your gut. These buds, I'll tell you what, are a joy to have on for like long hours at a time. The fit, once you find the right ear tip, is pretty much spot on. And at the same time, that also helps with passive seal, which means, guys, it drowns out quite a fair bit of external noise, even when these things are powered off. The case on the 4 is done right, just the right dimensions and weight, and yeah, sure, it's not the smallest out there on the planet, but because of its shape, once it's in your pocket, it doesn't really get in the way either. Unless, of course, you're wearing really tight pants. Then nothing can save you. On the flip side, I don't like the 7's case, especially the silicone rubber lined interior that seems to serve only one purpose, and one purpose only: to attract every particle of dirt, lint, hair, and grime within a 5-mile radius and annoy the user to death. Oh wait, that's like 2 purposes, isn't it? And speaking of silicone rubber, it's unfortunate that the earbud is also covered with this material. And yes, it helps your grip and all, but at the expense of being a challenge to keep clean and gross to look at the same time if you decide to skip washing it every day or two. I don't know, man. It's one of those situations, it seems like, where it's practical but not practical at the same time, if you know what I mean. Being the cheapest active model in the Jabra lineup aside, for 120 bucks, that's 120 bucks, guys, we should be seeing at least like multi-point Bluetooth connection, or customizable controls, or wear detection. And I'm not asking for everything here, because Jabra, just take a pick. You could have given us just one of these, to be honest, pretty common features, especially in 2022. Which brings me automatically to the price. As we all know, the competition is already fierce in this space, and for Jabra to save up some key features just for their top of the line model, the 7 Active in this case, but still wanting us at the same time to pay 120 bucks for essentially a brand name, well, for some of you, you don't care and that's important to you, and I understand. But to me, that's just not maximizing your dollar. You guys are smart, and you probably already picked up on which of these Jabras I like better. But make no mistake, both of these are very capable and more alike than they think. Like the sound quality, active noise cancellation, battery life, water resistance, app experience, all very comparable. However, when it comes down to like final execution, one of these beats out the other. And it's not the more expensive 7 Active. The shake grip, in my opinion, and the performance to price ratio were the biggest downers here. The 4 Active, on the other hand, holds back some basic features, sure, to keep the price down, but at the same time, and just as importantly, it inherits some of the 7's best traits in a package that looks and feels better, in my opinion. So with all that said, I'm giving the Jabra Elite 4 Active a GearUP score of 8.3 out of 10, and the 7 Active comes in at 8.1 out of 10. If you have any questions about how I got to the final scores, feel free to comment down below. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Namaste. You guys are awesome, you know what? If you found this video, by the way, the least bit interesting or helpful, please consider subscribing and turn on the bell notification icon. I'm trying to hit 50,000 subs by the end of the year or sooner, so please mash the button down below and share this channel around with people you know. I'm also on Patreon, by the way, where you can buy me a monthly supply of coffee or tea, to keep me going. And I'm also on Twitter, Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn. Let's connect there too. And remember to thumbs up if you like this video and comment nicely down below. And thumbs down. Thumbs down to the state of Maine snowplow. That snowplow that destroyed my mailbox like twice in 4 days. Are y'all blind or something? Dang it. My mailbox is pretty large actually. It's like on a wide thick pole with like reflector strips all over it, so that even with like heavy snowfall it should be visible. But yet that snowplow person driver decided to be blind both times. Yeah. I basically given up on fixing it for the rest of the season. So right now our mailbox right out there is like held up with chicken coop wire and duct tape. Yes, a ghetto box in the nice part of town. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I love y'all so much, and remember to be safe out there. Do something loving and kind for somebody in this world, because guess what? The world needs it more than ever, and it starts with you. Peace out and God bless. Whoosh.